New year, same me. But things are kind of looking interesting now. So basically, the topics for today that I want to talk about was trade talks with that iCarly lover, Andre Drummond. Talk about the Sixers and the Rockets game. God, I'm so disappointed in the Sixers. Talking about the All Star games coming up, All Star votes coming, and I think that should do it. Do it. So the first thing that I want to jump into is the trade talks. According to Wojnarowski, who's the best ESPN reporter, is basically him or Stephen A. Smith, and he's said that there has been discussions with the Hawks trying to trade for Andre Drummond. I mean, the Pistons, they gotta blow it up. They suck. I think they're like 11th right now in the East, and they ain't gonna cut it. They gotta trade Blake Griffin. They gotta trade Drummond. They gotta trade D Rose. I think they're gonna keep Kennard. They're gonna trade. Who else they got? Is Reggie still on that team? Reggie sucks. Bobby Schmurda.
Bobby, bitch. What's
Bobby,
going on,
bitch.
man? How you feeling?
Bobby, bitch. I'm feeling like a Bobby, bitch.
Yeah. So is that really like a good deal for the Hawks? Well, the thing is, me personally, it probably is a good deal because I think Trey Young's gonna be on his rookie contract for like a couple more years. John Collins, I think he's gonna get extended. I think John Collins is pretty underrated, but he's just not a rim protecting center. He's just not a center. He's more of a power forward either way. I think with the loss of Dwayne Dedman, they're thinking like, dude, like we gotta clean up the interior presence, like because if you watch the Hawks play, other than like Atlanta people, everyone's just driving it in on them, and like there's no rim protection whatsoever, like whatsoever. It's basically the Trey Young show with John Collins putting up like 20 and 10, and you have Kevin Horter or like who knows like Cam Reddish or like their other players. His name Hunter or something. It's just basically just a two-man show. So if they were to add Andre Drummond, it would exponentially, improve. Because Andre Drummond, in a way, is kind of overrated and underrated. He's overrated because like he's basically like, if you look at the box sheets, he should be doing more. Like you would think, like, dude, this guy should be like doing way more, but he is what he is. But at the same time, underrated in that he's pretty underrated defensively. Brings like a post presence in the interior paint. He is the best rebounder in the NBA. He's always high in like steals. Like I'm not sure. Like I think this guy's like he plays the passing lanes pretty good, but he's always averaging pretty high steals. Like that's why Andre Drummond's like so good in fantasy like basketball. Like he's always in the second round. He'll be averaging like always a double double. He'll give you high steals and he'll give you blocks. Like yeah, but I mean, is it a good fit for like guys like Trey Young and John Collins? Well, I mean, Reggie Jackson, like Andre Drummond has never really played with like kind of a great point guard. Like I never really considered Reggie Jackson to be a great point guard. I just thought he was like more of a glorified like bench, point guard, backup point guard. I mean, that's why he thought he was better than he was. Like that's why his issues with him and like Westbrook, where he thought he was better than Westbrook. Once he got to like the Pistons, nah, bro, you it goes to show now you're not better than Westbrook at all. And Trey Young's caliber of play and pick and roll and everything make things easier for Trey Young, make things way easier for Andre Drummond. I think there's like a stat with Andre Drummond was like he was like scoring like certain amount of percentage of possessions in the pick and roll, like pretty high, and that was with like someone like Reggie Jackson, and all Trey Young does is like pick and roll and stuff. So it's gonna be really interesting to see. I mean, the Hawks already gave up for the season. They're like last place. They only won like 7 games. It's just basically the Trey Young show where he gets to do whatever he wants. Basically, he's averaging like 28 points, 9 assists or something, and like 6 rebounds, like something like that. He's just filling up the stat sheets right now. It's just him, John Collins. He barely came back. I think he rolled his ankle too, something like that. But it's just basically the Trae Young show. I mean, yeah, Trae Young got hurt too, but I mean, what else they got to play for? But I mean, for them to trade for like Drummond, like, dude, I think they're gonna sign him to like an extension because who really signs like with the Hawks or like Atlanta, basically? So they really need to like get their draft picks, trade for like important pieces. Andre Drummond, Andre Drummond, it would be a great pick. I mean, this dude basically he never really gets injured too. I mean, the Hawks. I'm not sure if it's because of their medical team, but the Hawks have been dealing with a bunch of injuries like this season. Andre Drummond, he usually plays like 90% of the games. Like he'll always play like 80 games to like 79 games whatsoever. I mean, the only time like he really missed games was like in the rookie season. We had like a stress fracture or something. I don't know, man. He'll always lead the league in like rebounding. The Hawks are pretty bad at rebounding. Like John Collins is pretty like who else they got besides John Collins, man? I mean, they got what Alex Len, they got Jabari Parker. I mean, who else is in their centers? They got like some really no-name centers. Like you put Drummond in, Drummond's like 3 times the players of these guys combined. John Drummond's like pretty underrated passing too. Like if you watch this guy play, like great passer in the post. The only thing is like, who do the Pistons got to pass to? Like that's why he's usually like down in assists. But hopefully this is pick up so he can pass it out to like Trae Young or something. But I don't know. We'll see. But I mean, the crazy thing is Drummond's like 26. Like I thought this dude was like already 30, but this dude's been in the league for like 7 years. I think he's been in the league for like 7 years. Like this guy's always averaging like in the rebounding 15 and plus. He's always improving, I guess, in a way where, dude, his free throw was like crap, like in this rookie year. Like I remember this dude was averaging like 30% from like the free throw range. Right now he's like 60%, which is pretty good, like a pretty significant improvement. And it's only gonna go up. It seems like it keeps on going up and up every season. So this guy's putting in some work, but he's on a bad team too. So if maybe one man's trash is another man's treasure, kind of in a way. But I mean, should the Hawks do it? They should do it. Like, who are they gonna sign the next off season? Like, there's no way they're gonna sign anyone else. Like, I've seen like comments where some people are saying like, well, why can't they go after the Drummond, in the free agency? I mean, there's no guarantee like for that. Like, when you trade for him now, you get his bird rights. You can go over the cap, pay him whatever money you want. You feel like, boom, you got him. You got your guy. And honestly, like this dude's like an all-star caliber player too. So, I mean, you got Trae Young, who's basically in who's like top 3, I think, in like voting right now for all-star. I got to check the numbers, but Trae Young's a future all-star.
Yeah, Ice Trader gang. Ice Trader gang.
Drummond's an all-star caliber player. John Collins an all-star caliber player. These need more experience. That team just needs more experience. And the coach, like, he's just there for like a transition period, and then boom, plays the coach. We'll see what happens. But I mean, the Hawks, they got good prospects. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what else to say, but about the Hawks. But I mean, they're obviously all in on the future. So yeah, I mean, if he fits the timeline, he's basically 26. Trae Young's like what, 20? John Collins like what, 23, 24, something like that. So like they're all like within the range. So I say do it. But yeah, I mean, hopefully like more trades happens, but I just want to see like more movement. Like I just want to know who's gonna take Blake, who's gonna take D Rose. They need to blow it up in Detroit. They need to blow it up. But yeah,